Hi, I'm James Dunn. Welcome to the Inside Network. Welcome to INDepth, and my guest is Max Verma, Senior Director of Customer Advisory at Seismic. Welcome, Max.
Thanks very much, James.
We have to look over the horizon. We all want to look over the horizon. Let's deep dive into what you see as the top 3 digitisation trends that you expect in the asset and wealth management sector in 2021.
So the 3 trends that I see, James, are the first one is the automation of content personalization at scale. There needs to be a removal of the manual processes, especially the time spent in creating presentations, pitch decks, fact sheets, client reviews. And that's really where data is going to come into content and drive that personalization. The second is customer engagement analytics. So previously, prior to pandemic, there wasn't a lot of need for customer engagement analytics, particularly around content, but that's going to change. The customer engagement analytics, particularly around those collateral that are shared with customers, needs to be able to be used by advisors for their next best conversation and action. And the third is advisor enablement. You cannot deliver a great customer experience without focusing on the advisor experience. And so whatever time can be saved on advisors spending time on non-value added activities needs to be transformed into what they need to be able to spend time on, which is spending time with clients.
Max, can you share a couple of examples of how data and analytics can really take virtual client interactions to the next level for asset management firms?
Yeah, absolutely, James. So one of the examples that we have is imagine a scenario where a client manager sends a presentation or a portfolio allocation presentation to a customer and then gets page-by-page analytics and real-time alerts on when that customer has engaged with that content and how long they've spent on it. Now, that's really great insight. And what that drives is a better conversation the next time around an advisor speaking to the customer. Now, those analytics aren't limited to just the advisor. Those analytics can actually be aggregated. And so an example there is one of our customers actually uses it to refine the content that they deliver to their advisors and to the customers. And they saw a 37% increase in content views after refining the content based on the aggregate insights of what advisors were sharing with customers and what customers were engaging with.
Is it a situation where you're empowering advisors but also empowering the clients of those advisors through the flow of information?
Absolutely. I think everybody's party to that sharing of information and driving engagement. Customers want to be served at the place where they can be, and advisors want to serve customers at the right time. And if you can get that combination with the right content being delivered to customers that hits the mark with the messaging, but also from a customer standpoint, being able to save time in having to peruse all the information that's out there, that's gold. That's saving the client time and it's saving advisors time.
Are the advisors losing the face-to-face body language nuances of the way they've traditionally done it?
So in the past, when people met, they were in face-to-face meetings, you would get the intent and you would get cues and signals and be able to shape your narrative. But yes, now you have Zoom, WebEx, other meetings. But what's missing is between those Zoom meetings and those face-to-face meetings, there's a real question mark. How am I going to set up the next meeting? And this is where digital cues and content signals really come in. So being able to understand those real-time alerts on content and when customers are engaging and what they're engaging with is really important for advisors. And that's going to be the future of what advisors will have to look to be able to set up the next meeting with clients.
There's inevitably a lot of buzzwords in this space, and we hear AI, robo-advice, etc. But how should asset managers, especially if they're more on the boutique side, decide what to prioritise when they're setting out their digitisation roadmap?
So there are 3 key trends that were highlighted by PwC as part of what would be asset and wealth management CEOs' priorities for 2020. And these are cloud technology, cybersecurity, and customer experience. Asset and wealth managers should look at these 3 areas and see how their digitization trends are fitting into these. The other 2 key points, the first one is that they should focus on extracting value, especially where customers feel pain, and be able to iterate and develop solutions fast. And the third key point there is to be able to deliver fast. So you shouldn't spend a lot of time developing solutions which are perfect. Rather, get started, iterate, and then refine your product and solutions.
What are the really crucial considerations for investment management firms when they're working with technology partners on their digitisation plans and roadmaps?
I think there are three key elements. The first one is a proof of impact. So there's been a lot of broken promise of technology, particularly in the asset and wealth management space. And so organizations that asset and wealth managers should be looking to partner with are technology partners that have done it time and again. The second is a proven track record of and a commitment to innovation. You can gauge that from the number of employees that a technology partner has to their R&D team, to their engineering team, and to their customer success team. And you can also gauge that by the commitment that technology partner makes to putting people on the ground in local regions, such as in Australia, Singapore, so on and so forth. And the third is any technology partner should be able to scale with the organization. As asset and wealth managers grow in their assets under management, new products come on board, they acquire other advisors, they've got to be able to scale. And so every technology partner has to scale with them. And that only comes with a good breadth and depth of functionality within their toolkit.
And how do they really unlock value without breaking the bank on the spend?
The way to unlock value is to have a phased roadmap to bringing on that technology and really focusing first on the key pain points that will unlock business value one by one.
This has been In Depth with Max Verma, Senior Director of Customer Advisory at Seismic. Thanks for your time, Max.
Thanks very much, James.